Good morning, folks. Day 37. The tester strip here with that new skinny tape, it's actually been setting for 48 hours. So I'm going to hook that up now in a moment after I tell you my kind of plans for today. The other window, I'm going to, that's the window right there that I did the other day. I'm going to replace all the screws in that. And when I was off on a bike ride yesterday, I fat bike by the way, my wife had an idea. We have this extra hatch, exterior hatch, and she was thinking, could we put it up here? And I said, I can't see why not. All depends upon the trim on the window, but we can check that. So I may be rebuilding this lovely little box. It's no big deal. It's going to be the same distance out from the wall. It's just going to be longer, and it's going to be flush with this. So that's going to be a project today, and I'm hoping to take a crack at getting the first piece of aluminum on the roof, or at least cutting it and putting it in place and sizing it up, sort of thing. So you may remember my last test, I used these water jugs, and they're about 4 kilos each, which is about 8.5 pounds. And here is my testing stick. I just have to turn that off. Maybe ask what I'm doing here. There's my little weigh scale up there. Just turn it back on and let you fall over to the side. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, so I have that hooked on right there. It's wobbling around, and I'm going to take one 8-pound thing and hang right there, and I'm just going to set my timer on my phone to see how long this lasts. Now, my last test, the tape didn't fail until I put a third one of these on the on the testing apparatus. So I'm going to wait for a while, see how this works, and then I'm going to hang a second off the other screw right there and just leave it for the day and see when it fails, if it fails. This is the other window. I'm going to replace all the screws. The other day I went and cut off those screws with the bolt cutters. Saved me some time. So I have to use my Dremel now, like I did the other day. Cut all those screws with a slot and use a straight head screwdriver to remove those, because all the Phillips that I've tried, they all stripped out. Okay, I just heard a thump thump and the water fell on the ground. The tape failed after 58 minutes and 9 seconds at, what was that, 4 kilograms, about 8 pounds. The other stuff lasted for hours and hours, so this one never even lasted an hour. Myself and my wife had a chat, and this cover hatch actually comes to about right here, just inside this stud. So it's just inside where the roof starts to curve, which is super, because otherwise I'd have to be an odd notch up here, which I don't want to do. And there's this cabinet here is like 17 7/8 from the ceiling down, and this here from edge to edge is like 12.5. So I'm actually going to have a little bit more room, and I'm going to be skirting right along the top of this right here. So it's going to be pretty tight, but I'm just going to take this down now, bring it outside, and make a new one to fit this. I'm back in full construction mode now. Scraps of lumber out, tables out, Shopvac. I've got my miter saw. I've just charged up my compressor. Now I'm bringing in the stainless steel screw because it's rolling around on the board out there. what I've figured is that my wife, well, she reminded me that this is going to be framed out with some metal, so I'm going to have to keep it a little narrower than this amount here, which is going to be about 3/4. So I'm going to rip some boards 3/4. I got some Milwalkee boards here. I don't know how they ever cut like that, but I'm going to rip those to 3/4 thick, and maybe cut them. These are 1.5 inches, so I might cut them by 1, so it'd be like 3/4 by 1 to make the frame for this. That's what I'm thinking. I've got the two, I guess, face frames mocked up. One for the actual gate itself, and this one will screw against the wall. Now I just need the braces just to hold them together, and I got my box done. So that's just going to be a tester to make sure I got the holes set in the right place. I needed a little bit of finagling and my wife's eye in order to get this up there. It was boards were a bit twisty, so I had to put some screws in strategic places. But we do have a cupboard now. Whoops. With a locking door. This can't open because this one's locked right now, but yeah, this is gonna look kind of cool. Well, that's a wrap for day 37. We have this done for up here. What else did I do this morning when I came out? Oh yeah, the windows. Got that done. Never got around to getting at the aluminum for the outside, but that'll be next day. This took a little longer to get done than anticipated, but it's done now. Now the garage is cleaned up. We're going picking some blueberries, and tomorrow or maybe the next day we'll start the aluminum on the front. That's it, day 37. Thanks for watching. See ya in the next video.